Greetings, grasshoppers. My Ecamm Live isn't working correctly this morning, but nevertheless, welcome to the Bot Signal. My name is RJ Redden. Entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their marketing message because most feel like they're shouting into a black hole, or they can't get any traction online to save their lives, and they're just a carbon copy of everybody else. So I create epic engagement experiences that do three things. They help people click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. Bottom line, I am on a mission to motivate 1 million people to change their marketing. We're going to start with you today. So, morning, Teresa. Great to see you. Today is a very important day. Today, my day was absolutely made right in the morning when I got up. Because I'm being included in a promotion, which all of you shall be seeing. All of you. Very soon, in fact. And I'm just so pleased to be included. And it got me thinking about how very, very much that message matters. How very, very much that you have a chance every time you publish something, every time you go live, you have an opportunity to connect. You do. It may not seem like it. Because so many times we publish posts and we do other things and it just doesn't connect with anybody. And what am I going to do? Is it me? Am I putting myself out there too much? Am I annoying people? Or, is the message not right, or the people that I'm aiming at not right? We all agonize over these questions, and we should. Because if we don't, if we just scatter, the spray and pray marketing, spray the entire earth, see who comes back to you. If we do that, then unless a miracle happens, then burnout's around the corner. Because you get tired. You get tired of shouting into a black hole. You get tired of putting your best stuff out there and maybe having a few people notice it and come back to you. That's not enough. It's not enough to keep a business going. It's not enough to, scale your enterprise into whatever you want it to be. It's not enough. So how can so I talked about a little bit in the description, if you read that we're going to talk a little bit about how much message matters. To me, when it's the first thing people see, then it matters the most. Now, there is a little bit of a difference between messaging that is, I will say, like live streaming like this, where somebody can see me and hear me and see all the little expressions on my face and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. There's a difference between that and just putting some text out there, or just putting an image out there. Video is so much more compelling and important because of the fact that people can look at you and make 17 decisions before you even open your mouth. So when I'm saying message, if you're just sending out text, if you're just writing blog posts, if you are just writing social media posts, message is one thing. The text really, really needs to be there and on point and have a compelling reason to keep reading the next sentence, because people don't like to read these days. We just know that. We know it. Most people don't like to read. I'll say that. Some people still really love to read. I love to read. I don't love to read marketing because it's all the same. Anyway, so when you're putting your message out in text, you have got to be spot on with that thing. You have got to have a compelling reason to read on. It needs to be immediately front and center right there. It needs to address the problem that you solve. Teresa says, I do as much audio and video as possible. I can't stand text. Oh, I know. So when you're doing video, when you're doing live, whether you're doing recorded, whether you're doing just putting images out there, know that the image that you're putting out there, either the thumbnail image of a video or just an image if you're doing images, or the whole screen right now, all of it, my friends, all of it communicates a message before you even open your mouth. Okay? Mine is hopefully spotlighting a message that I'm a little fun to work with, that hopefully that I know my stuff, and that this is not going to be your normal interaction. That is absolutely what I want to shout with my physical presence. This is not going to be your normal interaction, because, my friends, I am doing not your normal marketing. I'm doing something that is engaging. It's conversing with the audience. It's connecting with them on a personal level and then offering them a personalized journey. It's not this cookie cutter, write this email, send it to 3,000 people, then, lead them to the, it's not the normal journey with me at all. People that approach me, people that write to me after this show and say, oh my gosh, great job. Those people are ready for a little bit of a different journey. And that's exactly what I am trying to prepare them for. Now, part of my message is also this: if you're not ready for that journey, you're going to look past this broadcast. You're going to be like, why is she dressed up? That's so gimmicky. I absolutely hate it. Keep scrolling. I get it. And those clients, they would never be great for me. We would never be great for each other. There would be no sense of partnership there, because I'm some freak in a cape to them. It is okay. I want to tell you that it is okay to repel some people with your message. Breathe, grasshopper. It's okay. You don't need all the clients in the world. You don't need a social audience that is big as Beyonce's. You don't need that. What you need is to attract the people that are willing to go along the journey that you have prescribed to get them to where they want to go in business, in life, in relationships, whatever it is. Look the part in your messaging. Do this for me, grasshopper. You must. Because unless you do, it's a little misleading. Now, gosh, I'm really getting on a rant today. Hope you all are, prepared for this. Hey, Nether News, good to see you again. So look the part. Now, I will tell you this as well, that a long time ago in a land far, far away, actually, I just had my wife's office as my office. Now I have the second bedroom because it's cooler. Anyway, a long time ago, I did my marketing just like everybody else. I did the thing where I put a polo on and did the smiling and did the, the super cool call to action. And, I was doing whatever I could to market my business because I needed it to convert. I needed it to turn over some money so that I could continue. Who has been there? If you have been there, type yes in the comments for me, or just hit an emoji, because, we love emojis here. Do it. If you've been there marketing your business and you're like, well, this is how people say to act. This is what people say to say. I know. I've been there and I've done that. And the results were nothing. Nothing. The results were barely enough to get me by. It was ridiculous. The reason was because I wasn't being myself. I wasn't expressing anything that was true to me. I wasn't paying attention to me. I was paying attention to all those people who told me they knew better. I'm going to tell you something. It's true. Nobody knows you and what you can do better than you. No one. Okay. Including me. Nobody knows you like you know you. Nobody knows your business like you know your business. Nobody knows who you want to reach, how you want to reach them, and how you want to help transform their lives like you do. Like, I mean, if there are some people that maybe work very, very closely with you. So don't let anyone tell you this is how you need to be doing your marketing, especially if they haven't asked you any questions about how you do your marketing. This is what I'm in it for. I'm in it to tell people you got to be true to yourself. You got to be true to your own message. You got to make sure that that message is clear. Let's talk about that for a second. Message clarity. This is something that is very important. I am a person who will put a message in the most clever terms that I possibly can and then see who gets the joke. Okay, I have learned that that is not a great way to go about things. I have learned that clear over clever works every time. When you are first getting people's attention, it's not time yet. It's not time to draw them into the inner circle with the secret Easter egg joke that you know some people will get and some people will not. That is not your marketing message. That is not it. Clear over clever. I don't know how many times my friend Megan told me that. She used to work with me on my marketing way long time ago. She used to say, clear over clever, RJ. What does this sentence really mean? It's hard. It's a hard thing to think about. Who are you really? Who are you really trying to attract? What do you really want? This is a hard thing to do. These are not easy questions. These are, you ain't going to decide this in the next 5 minutes probably, unless you've worked on this before. What do you really want? Watched a video yesterday with a guy, forget his name. Charles Bird gave me the video, but I forget this guy's name, but he was talking about, he's an artist and a band guy on Patreon, and he's doing really well with his business and what he's trying to do and the music that he's trying to get out there. And he's a considerably weird individual, just like myself. And, let's just say considerably unique individual, just like myself. Anyway, so this guy was talking about how, like, when he does his yearly planning, he writes down what he wants, and then he asks himself a series of questions. Is that really what you want? Why do you want that? Questions that really dig down into the bottom. Sometimes we want things because we believe we'll be happy if we get that thing. Sometimes we want things because other people have told us we should want them. Sometimes when we write down that very first thing of what do we want, it ain't you got to dig deeper. You got to dig deeper. And the reason why I'm saying that you need to know what you want is because it's only then, that's the foundation stone. Then you can say, all right, how do we build on this foundation stone? Because if we know what we want, then we know what kind of transformation we want to create in people's lives. If you're in business, you're trying to create a transformation in people's lives. If you're a plumber, the transformation is the pipes should work. If you're an air conditioning guy, the transformation is those people should be comfortable in their home. Some jobs are a little simpler than others. If you're a coach, it's a little complicated. You've got to really define what it is you're coaching about, what it is that your foundation stone is, because there are 22 million coaches out there. Okay. There's a lot. There's a lot of competition out there. So defining what it is that you really want, and you don't have to tell anybody. Nobody's going to judge you on whatever you write down. Okay. Nobody's going to judge you. It's going to be just fine. Your mom is not going to look at this thing. Okay. But write it down, because when you write it down, then you'll be able to say, okay, what kind of transformation do I want to create for my people? How am I going to bring people from where they're sitting right now to wherever their dreams are at? How are you going to do that? You can really, truly answer that question. When you can really, truly answer that question clearly, then you've got that start of your message, that thing that you want to come out with in your first 5 words. You really want to start into that message very, very soon. Every day on this program, every day on the Bot Signal program, you hear me introduce myself. Entrepreneurs hire me. And then that whole little 30 seconds, right? There's a lady that taught me how to do that. That catches people's attention. I have people's attention when I say those things. And that 2 or 3 sentences, I think it might be, that sets the tone for the rest of the conversation. So that is another little lesson in here today. When you start out an interaction on the internet and you have that message honed in, you start with that message. Like newspaper articles. How many people out there have read a newspaper lately? I haven't picked up one of those in a long time. But they start with a headline. A book starts with a title. You've got to have that title succinct. You've got to have that title aimed toward the right people. Message absolutely matters, okay? When you're playing the game of digital marketing, message first, my friends. Message more than format. This is more important than chatbots. Here's why. If you don't have a message and you try to do a chatbot, you're going to flail. You're going to swim around in the water and go, why, you're going to make something. It's going to be cool. It's going to be conversational. It's going to be awesome. But unless you have nailed what that message is, it's just going to be a kind of a fun novelty conversation. How does that serve anybody? It's not really going to bring people back to you. And in fact, when people come to me and they say, I don't have a message yet, I point them to someone who can get them a message. When you have your message nailed, it's time to work with me. It's absolutely time, because then we can convey that properly in a conversation, get people interested, get people connected with you. And after that, you get to take the reins. Let me catch up on the comments, because there's a lot of them today. Clear over clever, thanks. Oh, you know it. That is a gift. That is a gift. Learning and skill building should be fun. It should be fun. Love it. Lisa says, what kind of transformation? Thanks. Nether News is going to sleep now. Hey, Nether News, thanks for staying up and watching me. Catch the replay later if you want to. It's almost 1 a.m. I'll take said with me into the future with me and look at my message. Do this, Nether News. Do this. Look at how you're presenting yourself. Remember, if it's live streaming, if it's audio, if it's video, tone says a lot about you. How you're dressed says a lot about you. What does your background look like? That says a lot about you. How are you? I was once upon a time, someday I'm going to get that little wavy thing that they had on Wayne's World. Anyway, once upon a time, I was a theater major. And when we put on plays, we absolutely thought about every single angle. We would get in the audience and we would sit on the far right side. We would sit in the center. We would sit on the far left side. And we would look at the scenes and we would go, okay, what's the difference in experience from people who are sitting on the far right to people who are sitting in the far left to people who are sitting in the center? You can't make a stage that people can only see in the center of the audience. So we would look at things from every single little angle and we would go, could that be better? Could we tweak that? Could we change the action a little bit? Could we turn the actor a little bit more, to a different side or whatever? I'll tell you, people, this is totally a side note. Side note, see Hamilton. Please see Hamilton. There's a reason why people talk about that show. Lady and I saw it the other night on Disney Plus. Boy, darlings. It's a scenic masterpiece. And I just absolutely fell in love because, well, there are many reasons. And then some of it goes into RJ history of why I chose my first ambition. This happened in school in the year 1992. 1993. I was a freshman in college. I know that dates me. I'm still beautiful though. And I saw Les Miserables at the Palace Theatre in London. And they did the entire thing on a revolve, which is when the stage is circular and it spins. And it was the thing that made me decide I wanted to go into scene design, which eventually led me to computers, which eventually led me to where I am today. And Hamilton is just breathtaking, people. So see it if you can. Disney Plus. Okay. That's the end of side note. Boop. Okay. We're right back on the regular show again now. Okay. So message. Everything in the sightlines. If you're doing video, if you're doing images, if you're doing audio, even recorded or live, for any of those things, think about every aspect of it and think about how you can add to that to better communicate your message. The text, if you're doing just text is the first and only thing that they see. People, I've been told this a million times, don't read tone into text. No one does that. Every single person reads tone into text. We just do. It's the way that we're made. We have to physically go back and read it again to not get tone in text, people. Okay? That's why text can hurt so badly. So recognize that as you're writing your text. Make a headline, make a title. Don't do clickbait. Do something that is going to hook your audience into something you're actually going to talk about. Clickbait is different. Clickbait is, here's how you know clickbait. You click it, you read whatever the article is, or maybe you only read a little bit of it and you go, that title was just here to make me click. They're not really sharing that. That's how you know clickbait. We feel it. We feel it right here when we get clickbaited. Don't be clickbaity. If you're going to talk about something, actually talk about that thing. Do this for me. So message. If it's more than text, and I really encourage you to do more than text. People make a lot of decisions about you before you even open your mouth. So make that background something. Be sure you're dressed appropriately for your vocation. I sure am, baby. Because if you want to fly, you take the woman in the cape with you. Message matters. Verbal message, text message, audio message matters. And there's so much more to it than just your words. Now, Teresa says, I don't have Disney Plus, but maybe doing the free trial just to see it. You have to. Sorry. You're assigned seeing Hamilton. Every one of you watching right now, you're assigned. Go get Disney Plus if you don't have it. See Hamilton and then cancel later if you want to. but you have to see that show. Okay. Assignment over. Very, very good for my friends. Well, that is what I have for you today. Gosh, I went 25 minutes there. I didn't even realize it. But I just want to thank you for coming on. Want to thank you for hanging out with me. And I want to also tell you something that's coming up is that my coach, Jane Empowers, she's doing her challenge. If you're wondering where I got that entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their market message, that little 17.5 second thing that I say before we start every program, I got that from her. She's teaching how to do that for free. It's a 5-day challenge. I don't have the links yet, but I want you to get yourselves ready for this 5-day challenge because it can change your life. It can change your life to have that kind of an introduction as opposed to, I help people with their messaging. No, my friends. If you are going to stand out, if you are going to be seen and heard and matter in the world, and you do matter in the world, but if you're going to matter in the business world, you need something that catches people's attention. Jane will teach it to you for free. I'll be in the challenge because my message always needs a little polish. It's going to be a great time. So first week of August, mentally mark that in your calendar, and I'll have Jane on the show a little bit later. She is a message human. She knows inherently how to craft a message. It's amazing. She's helped me a lot with mine. So anyway, yes, you should get in on that. Everybody get in on that. Okay. That's all for today. Just want to tell you I love you. Thanks for stopping by the show today. You make my day when you tune into this thing. And it's a really cool experience to be able to take the mic first thing in the morning and tell you how it is. It's really a beautiful thing. So thank you again, of course. And you know what's about to happen. I'm going to see you in a bot.